It may take a number of years for the victims of the crimes for which Ratko Mladic has been indicted to see justice. In fact, the arrest of Ratko Mladic is just the first step towards justice. Of course, it's a welcoming step, and we are all very pleased to see him being arrested. And this is something that the victims of those crimes have been campaigning, and Amnesty International including, for the last 16 years. Ratko Mladic has been indicted on a number of charges. Most of them are the gravest crimes we can ever imagine, crimes like genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. Those crimes were committed in a number of locations, at least 20 municipalities in Bosnia. We interviewed a number of women who were raped in Srebrenica, many of whom lost their husbands, sons, fathers during those July events of '95 in Srebrenica. Many of them are still looking for their relatives, and most of them are still waiting to see justice for the sexual violence that was perpetrated against them. This is something where we have not seen yet so much progress. So what is really important is that the tribunal is given enough resources and political support to prosecute the case and to be able to prosecute it as swiftly as possible. But what is really important for the victims is that there are still thousands of perpetrators in Bosnia, in Serbia, and other places in the former Yugoslavia who also need to be prosecuted. They will need to be prosecuted in the domestic jurisdictions in those countries. They can do that by developing strategy on how to address those issues. And the question of justice goes well beyond criminal justice in itself. It's also a question of reparation, which means everything that is needed for the victims of those crimes to rebuild their lives. This is something which is still missing in the former Yugoslavia. After the arrest of Ratko Mladic, we saw a number of demonstrations, pro-Mladic demonstrations. There is a strong trend everywhere in the former Yugoslavia of denying those crimes, of denying the fact that they were ever committed. Or there is this trend of rejecting any responsibility for those crimes. And this trend can be only addressed by challenging those assumptions in courts. Without that, we will see more and more reactions, people actually accepting crimes as a way of resolving conflicts,